People, we've got another request today. This is a 3-port valve where I connect it to a light bulb, and this is not something you want to be doing at home. This is just to demonstrate where the power's going, where it distributes it into the valve at the various points and where it goes out. It's not something that you need to be doing, and you shouldn't be doing, and I shouldn't be doing it, but I do. But no plumbers were hurt in this sequence, and we got away with it. Hope you enjoy it.
Another request. One of the YouTubers who watches a lot of my videos has asked me if I can talk to him a little bit about 3-port valves. So I'll do my best. I'll try and keep it simple. Simple so that I can understand it. So that's, yeah, okay. And also for the thinking. Well, where have we got that phrase from? Okay, so here's a valve. It's got 3 ports on it. That's where it gets its name from, 3-port valve. Port AB is coming from the boiler. There'll be a boiler, the pump, it's sending that way. Port B is for the hot water, and port A is for the central heating. It's generally got 5 wires on it, but sometimes there's only 4. It's got a red one, a blue one, a green one, a white one, and a grey one. The blue is neutral, and the green and yellow is earth, if that's fitted. That's not always there, the earth one, but if it has, there's 5 wires, if not there's 4. The white one is controlling the heating side, and the grey one is controlling the hot water side. So the boiler produces the hot water, and it comes past the pump, pump's pumping it to port A, port B. If there's no heat called for, it'll just go to water. And that's blocked off that thing, so it just goes that way to water, back to the boiler. If somebody turns the stat up or turns the programmer up and it calls for heat, the white wire will tell it to open this side up, and it'll open both ports, that one and that one. And that's what they call mid position. It's in the mid position then, and it's sending water both ways equally. It's not giving priority or nothing, they're both getting the same amount of water. Until the thermostat on the cylinder says I've had enough, right, and it'll shut down that side and just go to this side. So now it's just doing heating only. And of course when that is satisfied, it'll stop doing both, and it won't send any juice to the boiler and the pump, and everything will shut down. Until 1 or 2 of the stats kicks on again. Well, that's it basically in a simple form.
So that was the theory part. There is a suicide bit.
And first of all, I'd like to thank one of our YouTube viewers who sent me a pair of footprints. How kind is that? So, I'm not going to mention his name, he knows who he is. Thank you very much, it's much appreciated. Now then, many of you, or perhaps 1 or 2, have asked me to explain, the best I can, our 3-port valve, or a Y plan or an S plan works. Well, I'll do my best. Perhaps it's better if I try and explain what the valve actually does, and that might take some of the mystery out of it. So this is a 2-port valve, and you'd see that on an S plan. You'd have 2 of those on an S plan, one to do the water, one to do the heating. And inside these valves is a synchro motor which goes there, and a relay valve which is also inside, goes underneath. And what happens is the job of this valve is twofold. One, it opens the valve itself, the motor starts to turn, it flips that switch over, which opens the gate inside, lets the water flow through. At the same time, it hits a micro switch, which is that, and the micro switch throws the juice, the electricity, from the grey wire to the orange wire, and the orange wire sends the electricity to the pump and the valve. Well, that's necessary because you don't want the pump running and the boiler running if the water hasn't started flowing through yet. So that's why that happens. So the grey wire is always live, so there's always live wire inside the thingy, but it's not going anywhere until we switch on the water or the heating. Then that through this distributes the heat into the pump and the valve. So your grey wire is always live, your brown wire is only live when we're calling for heating, and when we're calling for heating that throws it open to the red wire, which is live. The blue one and the earth, they always go to the same place. The blue wires are always common to the neutral, and the earth wires always go to earth points. So I'll try and demonstrate that. I've wired this up to the mains, so we've got to be careful what we do here. So what I've done there is simulated that we've called for heating. Right, so the grey wire is now live, the brown wire is live, but the red one won't be live yet. I hope you can see that the little motor's turning, and when the little motor's turning, that opens up inside the rubber wheel, which lets the water go through. So now they've got things flowing. That microwave switch, the micro switch, has gone over, and I've got to be careful with this one because this is live wires and I'm nearly touching them. When we hit that micro switch, that sends the juice, in this case, to a bulb, but in a real case it's going to the pump and the boiler. So that sets the pump and boiler going, and everything's okay. That's how it should work. So what would happen if for instance the boiler's not working, the pump's not working? This is the first place to look, because your grey wire should be live. The next wire to become live should be the brown one. If the brown one is live and this is not turning, then it's the valve that needs replacing. Okay, I hope that's took some mystery out of it. I'm not sure you fully understand, but I'll do my best. I'll try and do a wire plan one when I get a spare valve. It's the same but different. In the wire plan we haven't got a grey valve. We don't a grey wire. We don't need a grey wire in the 3-port valve because there's always an open port. But I'm not going to that now. I'm not going to confuse things further than I already have done. But anyway, I hope that's helped you. See you again.